One of the drawbacks of pellet grills is they generally don't sear very well, but there's one feature that differentiates some grills from others, and we're going to test it to see if it makes a difference. Hi, I'm Ryan from the Grill Top Experience, and steak can be the nemesis of any pellet griller. Low and slow, they all do pretty well, but when it gets to those high temperatures and good sear marks, some of them fall short. Let me show you the feature that we're looking at today. All pellet grills have a heat diffuser that acts as a drip pan, and that directs the cooking juices towards the bucket, but it also blocks the direct heat. A few pellet grills have modified their diffuser to open up and reveal the fire pot underneath, and this gives you a chance to grill directly over the fire, so let's test the difference. For the sake of this test, I'm going to make sure that everything is as consistent as possible between the two grills. I'm going to clean out both of the fire pots with the shop vac so everything is spotless. I'm also going to let both grills preheat for 20 minutes to their maximum temperature before I put the steaks on. I'm going to do them one at a time just so I know that I don't mess one of them up by overcooking one or the other. I want to cook each one to perfection. So let's get it started. I have two choice grade New York strip steaks that I salted and dry brined for 4 hours to enhance the flavor and to dry out the outside for a really good sear. I set the first pellet grill to high, which should be 450, but it topped out at 380 degrees Fahrenheit. I placed the steak directly over the fire pot onto a preheated grate and then flipped it every 2 minutes or so until it reached medium rare. After a quick rest, I sliced it open for a taste. And yes, there are a few hacks and other methods that you can do to get a better sear with that kind of a grill, but I wanted to stick with what the manufacturers recommended. You could take that out of the way, put in a cast iron pan, which would get screaming hot. All those are great options, but if you just want to go out and grill with what you have with the grill, you got to put it on there right on the grill grates with them preheated. So with that, let's go ahead and go to the next one and see how it turns out. To my surprise, the second grill hit the advertised 500 degrees Fahrenheit, even though it's about 30 degrees outside. One important safety tip: the blast door operated really smoothly when the grill was cold, but it didn't slide very well once it got hot. So you want to put it in place before you fire it up. I grilled the steak the same way as the first one, with about 2 minutes per side, and I quickly got a whiff of burnt beef fat and opened up the grill to assess the damage. Oops. So if I could do it again, I would absolutely turn it down a bit, and then I'd probably be able to get a good sear without getting as much char on it. It just took me by surprise. I didn't expect it to be quite that hot. I regrouped and reduced the time to about 30 seconds per flip, which ended up being about right for really good grill marks. Then I put it off in the corner away from the direct heat until it reached medium rare. I let it rest before slicing into it, and despite the early setback, I managed to pull off a really good steak. Here are the two steaks side by side. Let us know which one you'd prefer down in the comments below.